Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. So today we want to talk about, how dependent you are on your devices. In today's hyper-connected world, it's easy to get stuck in a vortex of constant notifications, endless scrolling, and the fear of missing out. Yeah, there's a word for that. They put it FOMO. Fear of missing out. But how much of your life are you willing to sacrifice for your screens? Are you a slave to your smartphone or a prisoner to your tablet? Today, this is, of course, what we would like to explore. We want to blur the lines between convenience and addiction and discover how to regain control over your device and your life. It is time to take a closer look at the relationship between human beings and their device. So you need to ask yourself, are you in charge or are they? Like the universe.
Why
You're like the universe. So yeah, I had to just squint my eyes and like, are they, aliens?
Well, exactly.
World?
That's where I was going to. When I don't want to, say when doing the whole thing, I was asking myself, why are you acting like a movie writer
at
this point? The introduction was like, are they or are you or are they? I was like, okay, well, it goes. I know that you're going to say, and you,
but
you delivered.
It is honestly, it is a question I think we at this point, of course, have to ask ourselves. Sometimes you wake up from the bed and the first
thing you do is your phone.
It's your phone.
Yeah.
And it has made one thing that I know definitely is a side effect. It has made almost this generation, everybody is having eyes issue because you're always glued to
you're straining your eyes, you're trying to watch this and that. And it depends on how many hours you are always on your phone. I understand that, like you said, the fear of missing out, but then shouldn't you take a break at some point? If you clearly remember this issue, I think we kind of talked about it. I remember we were somewhere, I think, unwinding during weekends, and everyone was just on their phones. I was wondering, if you are coming out to unwind with friends, have fun, why are you always on your phone? So let's pick this call and then we go in. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
Yeah, speaking to Ali Upashtamaki from Konga National State.
Okay, Ali, from where? Sorry, I didn't get that.
Yeah, Shamaki from National State.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for joining us. Please go ahead.
Yeah,
Are you with us?
Yeah, I want to comment on the issue of I want to comment on the issue in the way saga.
Oh, that we are not talking about that. I think we talked about that over the week, but then we are trying to.
Yeah, we're talking about your
how your dependency on your devices is like. How addicted are you to your devices? That's what we are talking about. We're trying to take people's minds away from some of these pressing issues, but then you can subsequently go ahead and say what you want to say.
Do we still have Aliyu?
Okay, so yeah.
So please go ahead, call any of the numbers on your screen and send us WhatsApp message via the first number. Do not forget to include your name and where you're calling us from. How dependent are you on your device? Let's hear your take on this issue, because these are things that, of course, these are the kind of things we talk about on Saturday, something that can really change our life. As much as we know technology helps life easy, makes sometimes creativity easy, but it has made us to use less of our brain and more of our device. It has made us to be so strained with our eyes. It has made us to lose, physical contact with family and friends. People get really frustrated sometimes, or you're in the room with your people and you realize that everyone is on their phone and there is no relationship like that anymore. Let's pick this call. Good morning.
Yeah,
good morning.
Yeah, I'm calling from Lagos.
We can barely hear you. Please speak up.
Yeah, can you hear me better?
Yes,
we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm calling from Lagos.
Okay.
And I'm on study to the very, very important discourse this morning. it's unfortunate. And the question I always ask before now will be that how we lived our life before the advent of these devices. For instance, the GSM. Right? I do remember. Hello?
Yeah, we are with you. We can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
I do remember. I do remember that either to before now, life was easy, even without the telephones and things and all of that. But the question now is that, for instance, I want to paint a scenario. If you walk into a company or a firm at the reception area, and while you are being attended to, if there are, for instance, there are 10 of you seated in the reception area, only would you see one person, without getting at his phone or her phone? And the question will be, what is it exactly they are getting at? It is all pictures. All right? And for me, it does not make sense, because rather than for us to pick up items to be read, I need to read, for instance, magazines, newspapers. Because it is in those things that you can actually get important information rather than rumor, half-truth, complete falsehood that you get to see on some of the social media. And I think, while I would not recommend for government to ban some of these things, I think that there is a way for them to regulate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Definitely. How are people surviving, before the coming of the gadgets, like especially phones and what have you, Summayya? Well, what's your take? That's what he was saying. I think that's a very important point.
Okay. Before someone would say,
so how if during back then there were
fine.
Yes, because there were extensions, the landlines that we used to use, which is a bit more.
Yeah,
I would still love for it to come back, because there's a way that it's just fun when you stand. You're just like this. You don't have to check your phone or anything. You're just constantly talking to.
And
your
you always call when it's important.
Only when it's important, So we have really another caller. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
My name is Ibrahim, calling from Kebbi State.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim, for joining us. Go ahead. How dependent are you on with your gadgets?
Yeah, welcome, Halima. Actually, that topic that you people are discussing is, it's a topic that has taken a lot of things, and it has a whole lot of explanation attached to that. Because looking at the things now, almost everything that we are doing now, it is all about devices. It is as bad as the fact that even in schools, you can bear witness that some of the students will not even do anything rather than pressing of that
phones.
In marriages, so many homes have been broken because of issue of phone. So many things. In the office, so many staff have been sacked because of their consistencies operating the phone rather than looking at what they are supposed to do at their stuff. So it is as bad as that. And it is not just because of the phone is bad. No, the use operating the phone has gone beyond what has been placed on the phone actually. So it is that bad. What I'm saying is that bad is that even the behavior of our children around us has changed because of the phone. So totally, if we can judge on that, we have to do a whole lot of homework to revise what has been there, to standardize the behavior and the normalcy of people within the society.
Indeed.
Even at home now, I can tell you that husband and wife, sometimes the wife doesn't have the husband. Sometimes doesn't have the attention of the wife because he is pressing the phone, from the office the phone, from home the phone, the wife as well. So you find out that two of them doesn't have time for each other. So I pray that may we find time to reason and think that operating a phone, it is not just a solution when it comes to the family issue or the discipline of the children Or even look at education sector, Halima, look at education sector. So many students have been dropped down, not just because they don't know what to write.
Yeah.
It is because their mindset is what they are there for.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Ibrahim. Thank you. You are very right, on that. Definitely. Thank you so much for your input on that. Summayya, I totally agree with Ibrahim. A lot of marriages have been broken because of the, constant use of phone. Imagine your spouse coming back in the middle of the night. Let's say he came back maybe 2, 1 in the night, and then he comes back, goes to take his shower, and he's on his phone.
Well, first of all, I would be wondering, why are you coming back 2 a.m.?
Well, you may have a good. You may have a good. Well, it depends. People.
Yeah, but
differ.
Yes, let's.
Well, you may be lucky to have someone that comes back home early. So
please, you're right. But honestly, in general, it can be really infuriating. I believe sometimes, yes, you might want to catch up with things, maybe due to some extra work at home that you're taking back home, or maybe during the day you're at work, so you haven't keep in touch with other aspects of your life, so maybe you want to do that. But then immediately there should be time to say, okay, we're dropping this, and you have time with your
at a time, I think I think during a cousin of mine's birthday one time like that, we went and all families were there. It's supposed to be a reunion, it's a family thing, but everyone was on their phones, the little to the big ones to the old, everyone was just on their phones, and I was like, this is crazy. And that's why you see a lot of people, making some videos showing how people are falling apart because they are constantly on their phones. You forget to keep in touch with loved ones. You forget what is happening around you because you are constantly on your phone. Even if you're trying to get information, there are times that you budge into some fake news, some stories that you wouldn't want to even see for your own discretion, and all. And then I feel there should be a certain hours that you should be on your phones.
Yeah,
I have actually trained myself to, when I wake up the first thing I do is check my phone to see what time it is, especially if it is prayer time or something, to see if I've not missed out. Sometimes you just, get up in shock because maybe you've been having deep sleep and stuff. But it's just for me to check time. It used to be when I wake up, the first thing I do is to go through my phone to see what message did I get, did I see what I'm not missing, do you understand?
Yeah.
And it's really crazy.
It is.
So
it is
I had to train myself to stop that. So I keep my phone away from me, far away from me, that when I wake up from sleep, my hands will not reach me.
Interesting.
So, good morning.
Alima, good morning, children.
Hello, good morning. Can you hear us?
Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry?
Mohammed Abdullah from
Okay, Mohammed Abdullah. Thank you so much for joining. Please go ahead. How dependent are you?
So, not too good, not too bad. But disadvantage part of mobile simply, but because honestly, in the time where you are in secondary school, they will call your name. You've gotten a letter from your family, from friends. You'll be feeling so good. At least they remember you, they send a letter to you. They'll call you on the stage. You collect your letter and it's in your house, on your line. So honestly, there are so many disadvantages now on the introduction of devices because our children are exposed. They see family problems. They cannot even keep home. There's no confidence of keeping your phone. There are so many marriages and stuff like that. So the disadvantages are there. So we just hope that the government will be helpful in introducing the line and so that. The danger in these devices, honestly, one cannot just quantify, honestly. Wonderful topic. We appreciate it. And thank you very much and have a look.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim Abdullahi. Thank you so much for your contribution. You know, he said something also. You know, it's like all the callers are just calling to make points. He talked about during secondary school days when there were no phones that you get to send your loved ones letters. You know, your family will send you letters to know how you're doing and what have you. You know, that these are things that we have actually missed a touch of. You know, these days, no letters, no.
You can just copy and paste and send.
Exactly. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Are you with us?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
My name is tinubu, calling from Benin.
Okay, thank you so much for joining. Go ahead. How dependent are you?
See, the truth of the matter is that everything in this world depends on self-control. And in everything anybody is doing need maturity. Like television. I normally like to watch television, but I have time for it. If it is news, when after finishing news, I'll just off my television and go. Just like handset. Before I use my handset, I have reason of using it. It's not all the time you are pressing, just like youth does. If you want, there must be something that you want to accept before you go. Not all the time, 24 hours, you are pressing phone. That doesn't show maturity. And it is sometimes when you are walking on the road, you see the majority of youth pressing their phone when they are walking. Even though their motor is coming, they don't want to bother. Sometimes it is somebody that behind them will draw them before they got attention that they are missing track. Everything needs maturity in this world.
Yeah.
Either in communication or phone or all these things, one need maturity. Anything you are doing and you are doing it excess, one need to caution himself. And issue of phone have destroyed so many people.
Yes.
Come today, youth cannot even read because of phone. When you see them pressing, not that they are pressing a good thing. When you go and see what they are pressing is actual. So we need to caution ourselves, not for the matured people, because I've seen a lot of matured people. They are not entering phone just as you do. All this is the youth that are falling victim of it.
Well,
thank you for this particular topic.
Thank you so much for your input also. Thank you so much for your take on that. Well, everyone has their own opinion on what to do and what not to do. So if you're constantly using your phone, we're not saying don't use your phone, but I think you should be taking a break, to health-wise,
exercising your own brain, resting your eyes, and just socializing, because it's so scary, Fatih, if you notice, even the suicide rate, it's so scary that in this modern age where there is phone, people are committing suicide more than when there was no phone. So that means something is wrong, in the midst of this technology.
That's because a lot of things coming out now, we don't know about it back then. Of course. So it's more peaceful, sort of, than what it is now. Because phones have taught people how to lie, how to steal, a lot of things, that you cannot even imagine. Hello, good morning. Are you with us or we've lost the call?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining. Your name and location, please.
All right, this is Visa Sunday calling from Kaduna State.
Okay, thank you so much, Visa Sunday. Go ahead.
Yeah, looking at the topic we are discussing is a very nice one.
Thank you.
But how dependent are you in using your device? Me, I depend somewhat on my device, but with limitation. There are people, maybe, if they don't have device close to them, even if you are communicating to them, they will tend to misbehave because of they have over-married the device. Like there are people that they hardly spend, let's say, 10 minutes without using their device. You will even see the device may tend to even affect their eyes. They overuse the device because this phone is not all the time. You should have a time that, okay, I'm using it for, because there are people that even if they are not receiving calls, they are not making calls, you see them playing games. They cannot even allow the phone to rest for a while. you know, at least if we depend, if we depend so much on this device, I think it affects us how. Because looking at this fact that we don't have phone, you see people will be doing, but nowadays, most of our youth, small boy or small child, you see him even, he want to acquire a phone of higher value that he cannot even afford. You see them using phone of 500,000, 600,000, and their age, they are not up to that quality to use that phone.
Yeah, thank you.
So it's a good topic, but I think we should have limitations on whatever we do with our device.
Yes, thank you so much for your intake. Thank you so much for your take on that. Thank you so much. Well, you know, like I said, everyone will have different opinions about this, you know. I've seen families where, well, I won't say because they have the money, but then you can imagine a child of 2-3-year-old has a phone that the parents will be calling, and she has a nanny, and they will call the phone, and then just for her to say ta 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 ta, ta on the phone. So what do you expect that child? Okay, hello,
God, that's quite funny.
Well, this is a message coming from Makodi. I think it's coming from Aruta, Comrade Cletus Adole Aruta from High Level Makodi, Benue State. Thank you so much for your message. My phone is like my second life, so my life depends on it very much, to the extent I can hardly do without it, even though it doesn't stop me from doing my work or attending to schedules anyway. Well, yeah, that's why we are saying it depends.
It's scary though, but comrade, I mean, you saying your life depends on it. It's scary.
Well, he said it's his second life. It's like
it's
a part of it. So it's a part of his life.
Typically, yeah, there are some people that immediately they lose their phone, which could happen anytime. You're almost running mad.
Yes, because you are used to it.
I mean, it shouldn't be. It's supposed to be. Phone, you know, gadgets is meant to be just a supporter of making life easy. Yet not.
You know, there are people that make money. I was hearing the director whispering and kind of fighting, I think, I don't know, maybe about the topic. You know, there are people that actually make money from their phone. So I think their job depends on the phone. So it's totally understandable if you're making money from your phone and you're doing something, you know, that's where you're doing your work, that's where your earnings are coming from. It's a different thing. But we're talking about people that have jobs, but their phones are not really what is bringing the money for them, but the jobs that they are doing. So I feel if you're having family time, keep your phones, get a basket, put all the phones, put them on silent, have family time away from it. I think if the people are going to start doing that, it's going to help a lot of people cut down on the level of and the hours that they need to be spending on their phones. Like I said, I had to train myself. You think it's funny because it was actually really
you realize you were getting addicted.
Yes, and I was having this constant headache and my eyes are always watery and all that because I'm constantly looking for stories that I want to use. You know, as a producer, you have to look for something every time you're just on your phone and what have you. So it was really kind of difficult. Good morning. I'm very much addicted to my device, especially to my Toshiba laptop Core i5. Okay, he's even telling us what kind of laptop. As an engineering postgraduate student, I used to work with it every blessed day for thesis. Well, I agree with you on that. You know, so like I said, there should be a reason for you to use your phone for certain, or your laptops for certain things. For my cell phone, it is a part of me. It is always with me. Alhamdulillah for all these emerging technologies. Engineer Bashir Muhammad Abba, a postgraduate student from Department of Electrical Engineering, Bayero University, Kano. Thank you so much for your message. For that, you know. Well, yeah, engineers, yeah, definitely you have to use gadgets. You know, we can't take that away from you people, because you have to use laptops, you have to use phones, you have to constantly be on the check of what technologies, what is coming out, what softwares are coming out, what hardwares are coming out, what you're going to create and what have you. So it's understandable when it comes to that, but we're talking about the addiction to the gadgets, how you're going to limit yourself so you can have time for yourself. for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones.
So that you can be human, because it's like you're interacting to computers.
I would love to start writing letters again. I'm so tired
yeah, you can write it. Go ahead.
Like I said, people can even lie to you now. They will be in their house. They will tell you, I'm in Dubai. And you believe it. So, hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
Dr. Bamiguru from Dusseldorf.
Dr. Bamide.
Bamiguru.
Bamidele.
Okay.
Bamiguru.
Oh, Bamiguru.
Bamiguru. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
From Dusseldorf.
Oh, okay. Jigawa. Okay. Thank you so much. Go ahead. How dependent are you?
Yes, the phone technology now tell us who we are. The life we are eating for others is directly linked into the phone. So it represents who we are, our personality, our worldview, our character. So that is one aspect. Then in advancing our job, it makes it job easy. It makes life easier compared to analog life we did before. So when we marry these two together, the phone, technology, makes life easier. At the same time, it dictates, it brings out our real personality. The life we have for our family, our family, our children is directly linked into our phone.
Yeah.
So that's my solution. Make life easier, at the same time, tell us who we are. So have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You know, it's a topic of discussion. It's something that affects people. And because we are using phones every day of our lives, you wake up, you get ready, you're going somewhere, you have an appointment, you're talking to the person constantly to give information. Oh, I'm at this place, I'm getting there, I'm getting late, I'm sorry, I may not be able to make it. It's the gadget, whether we like it or not. But then when you're alone, you should have a limit to keep your phone away from you. Let's say 30 minutes.
The rules about
if you're on your
time,
phone
right?
for if
the rules about screen time, Fatima,
let's say 3-4 hours, just tell yourself
that's what the rules of it is. You're not even supposed to look at your phone or any gadget screen for that long. The rules is after 20 minutes, if you go to the hospitals and meet those doctors in charge of eyes, they will tell you after 20 minutes of viewing your screen, you should keep it and let your eyes rest,
a bit.
Because there is this, they say according to in 1 minute your eyes is meant to blink 15 to 20 times, but then if you're reading something when you're you don't blink as often, and because of that your eye liquid dries off and it starts to cause a lot of damage.
I think
to the eye.
I should be able to get someone to come and talk to us about.
This is one of the things that people should know, in order to do. Just after 10-20 minutes, just look away. Blink for at least 5 minutes, then turn back and
it's crazy when people call me sometimes and they're like, we're calling your phones, you're not picking. I'm like, okay, it's on my desk.
Someone said it's hand phone. That's why
I don't really care. That's why it's wireless, but I don't care. When it gets to a time I feel like I'm constantly on it. Even here in the office, I actually keep it and just maybe go take a walk. Go some check on 1 or 2 things that I need to do. Yes,
you walk into a house, you see perhaps a parent talking to their child and their child is busy, not really listening, or everybody is in their own rooms, and then everybody is on their phones. And these are people that life goes on. Some of them will go back to school after holidays. The mom is working, the father is working. So the time that you're alone, you're supposed to spend with people. Honestly, we are losing empathy and sympathy.
For us growing up, even though phone came at a time that we all have kind of have the knowledge of what phone was like. I remember growing up until I was 18 before my mom allowed me to have a phone. And when I have friends that offered phone, I was like, no, except you want me killed.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
So until I got to 18, but even when I got to 18 and I was still given a phone, I was still scared, kind of, you know. I feel, is she going to come and say, give me your phone, let me check and see what you're doing now? But then there was really nothing to hide, because at that time there were no social media on it. It's just phone, it just rings and you answer missed calls and just messages. Yeah, you know, when LG came out those days, when Bird came out, when the 3310 came out, Sajem and the rest, you know, there was just message, no games, no social media, nothing. It was later that all this started, high five and what have you, and then laptops. You know, even now you see, you know, doctors actually advising, even engineers, you know, advising women shouldn't be keeping their laptops on their laps, because it affects, you know,
the radiation and all,
all that. So there are a lot of things that, you know, we need to talk about and put out there. So at this point, I think, Summayya, do you have anything to add? Because we've taken a lot of messages and, you know, a lot of people calling to give us their take on using and how dependent they are, and lots of messages that we have actually read. So if you want to have a good time with your family, your spouses, you know, your friends, you know, wherever you're going to, have, you know, time for away from your phone. Train yourself to do that when you notice that it's becoming too much, because you're going to start seeing the effect of it, whether you like it or not. So why not you train yourself, you know, to stay away from your phone for, let's say, 2 hours in a day or 3 hours. You know, like Summayya said, 20 minutes is what is even advised for you to view your phone, and then, you know, just keep it away from you. But for us, you know, as we have to be looking at it all the time, we have to take measures as well. You know, we go to the hospital constantly checking our eyes to see what, if it's affecting us, the lights on our laptops, our phones, and what have you, just to bring, you know, the best for you people out there.
Indeed.
You know, so this is the much that we can take at this, you know, for the phone line conversations that we have. And it was really great, you know, having you people calling with your messages, but we have to end it here. For those that we're not able to read their messages or pick your calls, we are sorry for that, but you can join us again next week when we pick another interesting topic for you to tell us what you think about it. So join us again after this short break.